Hello and welcome. In our fifth video on Tai Chi Gung training and nature, I'd like to speak a little bit about how it works. When we do our standing exercises, we learn to breathe the life force consciously. It feels like a magnet between your fingers, sometimes a tingling in the fingers, and then we start to feel the energy around our hands, and eventually we become aware of the energy in our entire field. And that energy is in motion. It's designed to move in ways that are in harmony with nature. And there are very simple pathways that we emphasize. So we learn to balance the right side of the body and the left side of the body, the right brain and the left brain, right? It almost immediately calms the nervous system. We learn how to embrace the chi that ascends from the earth, and we learn to embrace the waterfall chi that comes down the front. We learn how to focus and release energy out from us and then also receive it back. In those flows of energy, there are different qualities of chi, and they actually connect to the different elements of nature herself. So the earth element is connected to the water element in different ways when it is healthy and strong. The water element does this dance with the fire element, and we want those to remain in balance, right? When the breath is restricted, it has a tendency to affect everything almost immediately. And over time, we learn to use the mind in a way that a lot of people never really explore, and that is using the mind to focus. So instead of generating language or evaluation, what we learn to do is we learn to use the mind to simply get out of the way, yet be a little bit like the borders of the flow of chi. And why that is significant is because if you use the mind to focus, then you can learn to let the regenerative energy accelerate, and the regenerative energy in the life force in nature is incredibly profound. So if the healing energy available in nature was accessible by anybody, anytime, then everybody who spent more time outside would be always healthier than somebody who didn't. And while some people who are outside are healthier than people who spend a lot of time indoors, it's not always the case. So the difference really is in the conscious awareness. Breathing the prana, the energy or the chi, consciously brings awareness itself. So in the practice of the discipline, you're learning to understand the language of the elements, and in that process, you develop an incredible appreciation for and awe of nature. And it's a beautiful thing because you can experience it firsthand. So, in a certain sense, getting that conscious awareness going is very, very important. Sometimes I split up my life between the time before I felt the energy consciously and after I felt the energy consciously, because now the frame of reference was very different. It's the unseen world and the seen world were no longer these separate things. They were completely interconnected. If you'd like to experiment with it, I'd suggest that you give a class a try. And so in the Denver area, you can take your first class for free. If you visit the website and you register, you'll get a digital card, and you can use that card for a free class anytime from 30 days out from when you register. Would love to see you in class. If you have questions about it, please send me a note. Be happy to answer anything I can. Thank you.